Actually, yeah, yeah, I think you are okay there. Yeah. So, well, okay. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody online as well. Um, it's a beautiful morning, bright sunshine, and lots of white snow. So I hope everybody is feeling very happy. Just looking at the scenes out there. So I just start the session today, but today we have a new instructor coming because of the weather and the road. She is going to be a little bit late. Her name is Tiffany. And she's very, very experienced in teaching yoga and meditation. And her topic today is mindful breathing. So I think last week we went back to the basic. So this year we're going to go back to the basic and go through all the topics again. So last week we also worked on the breaths. So the our breaths are our basic tool in this mindfulness meditation practice, right? So I will just say a few things until Tiffany comes in, and she will take over the discussion. So, but I hope everybody has been practicing at home. Yeah. Do you have any difficulties?
Yeah, I haven't gotten that whole set of time aside. Yeah. Do it at a certain time, but I do it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I still do it at intermittent times, and so it's like when I get stressed or when I'm thinking about it or can't sleep, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I do it, and I've just tried to change my whole breathing throughout the whole day, just because I was listening to some scientific studies just about the breathing in the nose and out through the nose and how that's helpful and stuff.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I'm exactly good at like, okay, I'm gonna do it 20 minutes here, but I do incorporate it.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, you want to cultivate the awareness at the present moment, every moment. But that breath work, it brings a lot of benefits. Like I mentioned at the last week's session, that this is all research based, evidence based practice, and so the researchers had did the studies to look at the length of time that is needed to practice in order to have certain benefits.
Okay.
So for people who have inflammatory diseases, then in order to lower the inflammatory markers in the blood, it has to be done the minimum half an hour. But for concentration and focus, 13 minutes minimum, right? So, and but I mean, there are some studies out there too that show that even 3 minutes help in calming the mind. So for anxiety, depression, especially anxiety, I'm not sure about depression, but anxiety, 3 minutes help too. Here is Tiffany. I thought we'll start the session so if anybody watching online, they don't think that we don't have a session. But I'm passing the microphone over to you.
Already?
And
In the seat. Okay.
So here's Tiffany. For those who haven't met Tiffany, she has many, many years of experience, and we are honored to have her joining us at the center. And she's going to bring her knowledge and expertise to the practice and guide us today on this day. So welcome, Tiffany, and thank you.
Thank you for having me. Welcome, everybody. Again, my name is Tiffany. I'm Tiffany King. I have many years of personal experience with meditation, and I most recently, in 2019, became certified in meditation in Vinyasa Yoga. I have created a program now where I go inside of schools and I get to teach our little ones mindfulness at a young age, and so they can grow up and we'll have communities of people who are mindful, right? And we're not waiting until we become adults. So today our lesson is going to be practicing, and we're going to be doing mindful breathing, right? So all of the breath work that we're going to do today is going to be mindfully, right? And what we're doing is we're really trying to be mindful enough where we begin to learn our subconscious voice, right? Have any of you been able to tap into that? Have you been doing meditation long enough where you're beginning to hear that small voice that I say a lot of times is drowned out by everyday life?
I would say yes.
Okay.
And the reason I say yes is because when we do the walking meditation, okay, so ADHD here, like
Okay.
really diagnosed, not just
Okay.
like, and so when I meditate, it's nice to kind of calm the brain down,
Okay.
all that anxiety and stuff, and then like you said, you can kind of like have that one thought in the back of the mind and kind of know how you feel and think and
Cool.
so,
Yeah.
does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Okay.
It makes a lot of sense because the program that I initially began meditation because I had high levels of anxiety, depression, and even never diagnosed. But now that I have a master's in psychology and am doing the work, I'm like, okay, very bipolar, very attention deficit. I think I'm a little older where they weren't really doing a lot of diagnosis then in my community, right? But that's how this started. So my journey started personally because of a high level of anxiety and just always feeling uneasy and on the edge, right? And so has anyone else been able to experience that doing meditation, being quiet enough to really hear that small voice that seems like it's hiding? Okay. It's a progression, right? And that's the work that we're actually doing when we're being mindful, as to be able to hear that voice even in a circus, right? Circuses and things are really, really loud, right? Because the voice is so faint, right? And it's really our inner intuition. So that's why I say I understood what you were saying when you were like, to really get in touch with how you're feeling, right? Because a lot of times we're told we're going to be okay about our feelings, but do we really identify them and know them? So how are you going to be okay about something that you don't really haven't never really identified, right? We know angry, sad, happy, frustrated, right? But there's so many other feelings. Even to those feelings, there's like 3 layers under that, right? To really find what the feeling is, right? And that's what mindfulness helps us to be able to do, right? And not to be afraid, because I'm finding even for myself, I would stop and go back, stop and go back, because you don't really want to hear those negative voices that oftentimes are you saying to you, right? And then on the other side, they're kind of made up. Yes, I have to. Yeah, but they're kind of made up. Like it's sort of like whatever stage you are in your life, you put that information how you were able to process it. So trauma for me started early in age, right? And for years, I thought those were real stories, for real. The way that I processed it, I thought, yeah, that happened, and nobody really cares for me but my grandmother, right? But as I become mindful and really get deeper into myself and where those feelings come from, I'm like, no, you've always had a lot of family that cared for you. You wouldn't let anybody else care for you because you wanted it to be your grandmother. And after her death, it was like, none of you people even matter. Like, you'll never amount to what she's done. But mindfulness has helped me to be able to sort through those stories of sometimes it's just how we process it to be able to survive that. Does that make sense to everybody? Right. So I see one more person coming, and I'm going to let them get settled, and then we're going to start our first practice for today, right? And the line of work that I do a lot of work in the chakras. Are we familiar with the chakras at all? Ever heard of them? Heard of it?
Heard of it. I don't know.
But I don't understand the chakras.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I thought it was Ryan.
All right.
I was going to say that she really helped me with the inner voice too, because the negative voices I would always want to lock up, right? And she told me not to.
Well, who wouldn't want to though? You know, it's sort of like natural, like I don't want to hear that. But the ideal of mindfulness is really, I have this saying where I say, if you can be comfortable with being uncomfortable for a while, then you're like on the right track, because it really is very uncomfortable to listen to those negative voices, like I said, that are your voice saying them back to you, and that's kind of like the drawback for a lot of people. Even for myself, that's where I was going. Like at first I would start this, but I would be like, I'm not going to listen to myself say all that stuff.
Yeah.
But one day I guess I just was like, well, if you want to get better, you're going to have to like face some of the stuff that's not allowing you to get better, right? And as much as I like to blame it on whoever, my mom, my father, or whatever, when you get quiet and still, those things are there, but it's like, okay, now what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to help yourself, right? And so the work that I do is with the chakras, right? And so a little bit about the chakras. Chakras are our energy centers in our bodies, right? And we have thousands of them, but we tend to kind of focus on 7 of those, right? And they coincide with areas in our bodies, and they also hold certain spaces for things in our bodies, right? So the 7 that we tend to work with are the crown chakra, which is at the top of your head, right? And it's your universal connection to the heavens above, right? Then you have your brow chakra, or your third eye, right? That's right in between here. It holds your wisdom and your knowledge and your guidance, right? Your inner ability. You have your throat chakra right here. That's your auditory communicator, your voice, where you truly speak from, right? You have your heart. It holds space for forgiveness and love and total acceptance of yourself. Then you have your solar plexus. It's located in the belly, right? And this is basically the central location of everything, right? If you ever had that, oh, I felt it like in my gut or in my belly told me not to do that, right? That's your inner guidance, confidence, right? Your willpower, your strength, your personal strength. Then below here is the sacral, and it's below, it's still kind of in the abdomen area, but it's below the navel and it's above your genital area. And it holds the sexuality, the creativity, and your positive self-expression. Right? And then we have the root chakra. The root chakra is at the base of the tailbone where we sit, right? And it holds space for your safety and your security, your support, and your belonging. Right? Yeah, right? And you can go up or down, right? And we sit on our tailbone, like when we practice mindfulness and stuff a lot, because there's a portal there, of course. There's openings down there. And then the earth is energy. And we draw up energy, right? As well as we release it back, right? And so think about the root chakra, right? And I'm the type of person that I like to kind of start at the root, at the bottom of stuff, because what we've done a lot is piled everything on what's on the bottom and say, it's okay, yeah, well, I'm fine, but it's a whole lot of stuff on there, right? And the root chakra, think about it. That's the beginning of if we feel safe, if we feel secure, if we feel like we belong, if we feel like we're loved, right? And so many of us, we don't. That's just not activated or stimulated. It's been traumatized, dramatized. It's been drowned it out, suffocated. You know, a lot of us are wearing masks, meaning we're not really being who we are. I was just wearing one for not too long ago. That's how I know that a lot of us are still wearing them. And that means we're being what other people want us to be. We're not really authentically being us without apology, right? So just think about how that weighs on your energy centers, though, okay? Because energy needs to flow and to be free, to be liberated and to be who you are. But when you're trying to be who someone else wants you to be, everything's all tight. Either it's all tight or it's loose because you're obsessive because I'm not doing that. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do in that state. Or I can't do this because mom wants me to be. But the objective is to be free. Is to be light, right? And the way that you do that for real is tapping into your inner voice. And it can be scary. It can be. It can be discomforting because a lot of us, even though we have successful careers and families and things, we haven't really tapped into our inner voice, right? So I'm going to enlighten you. It probably will happen. It kind of happens in all sessions I do. There may be some type of release, right? That means laughing, talking. You probably won't just try to talk to somebody next to you, but you might want to talk out loud. Sometimes this thing, Krisha knows, you just have to get it out sometimes. And what we've been taught is to be dignified and don't do that, right? But I think this is a safe space for us to be able to release, right? That's what we're here for.
Non-judgmental.
Cool.
Nobody's going to judge.
Cool. And that's right. That's the type of spaces that you need for this, right? Because again, mindfulness, breath work, meditation, yoga is a releasing exercise. Also, often we've even been practicing holding in, right? Putting you all in these hard poses and you're stiff as a board. And I'm trying to say, breathe. And you're like, I can't breathe and do this, Tiffany. Right? You may want to cry. You may want to get up and walk around when everybody else is being still. Follow your body. The art of mindfulness is learning that your body knows what to do. It really does. It has all of the answers, for real. We just have been taught to, let's tap into trend. She can give us the answers, rather than let's tap into self. And we have the answers, right? And so this is the work that we're doing, right? And we're going to start, and I think what we'll do is we'll go through the bottom half of the chakras, right? And then we'll give you a break. And we'll talk about how that feels, because sometimes it could be overwhelming if we just go all the way and you've never done this before, right? And then we'll stop and we'll talk through that, and then we'll go through the remaining upper chakras. Go from there and have conversation after that. Is that fine?
Let's do it.
All right, cool.
Let's do it.
Now, I usually use music with this, right? You know what? I think I have some. Right? And I want you to just begin to bring your body into a comfortable position that's comfortable for you, right? I know that we're sitting, but for sometimes maybe stretching your feet and legs out long is comfortable to you, right? Something that allows the energy to flow through the body without restriction, whatever position that may be, right? No special position. You don't have to sit like I'm sitting, but just find a space that feels good to you and your body, right? This is mindfulness as well, becoming aware of what feels good to you and your body. And yoga is about yoking inwardly, connecting to who you are inside, becoming aware of the subconscious, that underneath, that small, still voice. And the invitation is to begin to deepen your breath. For this particular breathing exercise, we're going to inhale and fill our bellies with air. Imagine your belly is a balloon. And when you exhale, you're going to draw your navel back towards your spine. Let all that dry, stale energy up and out of the body. Inhale and fill your belly with air and imagine it's a balloon. And exhale and draw the navel back towards the spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. The invitation is to close your eyes if that's comfortable. When we close our eyes, we allow the brain to begin to shut down from its activities. The outside distractions begin to lessen. And you're always breathing. You're always inhaling clean, new energy and air, and exhaling and letting go. And if closing your eyes is not comfortable, maybe find a focal point that's right in front of the eyes where you can begin to gaze and to stare the eyes. Once again, using the breath to calm the nervous system. The body is becoming really still. If you notice any parts are fidgeting, ask that part to become still and focus on the breath. Relax. 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 Inhale and bring your breath and your awareness to your tailbone. At the base of your spine, where you sit, is our root chakra. Stay connected with your breathing. The root chakra holds our safety and our security, our support, our belonging. Inhale clean energy into that space of the body. Exhale and let go of that carbon dioxide, that dry energy that you no longer need. And if any voices begin to come, allow that to happen. Resist your temptation to judge or to criticize, to label or to stop the thoughts. Just allow the thought and the feeling that comes with the thought. Then return to your breathing. Now you're soft and you're free of any tension. So notice if you're holding the body tight or with tense in any areas. And if you are, speak kindly to that part of the body and ask that body to begin to soften. The teeth in your jaws. Gently open the mouth and allow small space between for the air to move freely. Stay connected with your breathing. The breath and the energy is focused on the root chakra, and feel how safe and how secure, how supported and how loved, and how you feel you belong when you're breathing. As you inhale clean energy into the body and you exhale and let go. Bring your breath and your awareness to the sacral chakra. It's located in the body right beneath the navel, but above your genital area. And breathe clean energy into that space where we hold our creativity and our positive self-expression and the wellness and balance of our thoughts and our emotions. Each time you inhale, the body fills with creativity, positive self-expression. and wellness and balance in your thoughts and within your emotions. Inhale and exhale. 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 Feel the lightness of your breathing. You inhale that clean and new energy and air into the body. And you exhale and let it all out. Inhale clean, fresh, positive thoughts. And exhale and let go. Bring your breath and your awareness to your belly, the solar plexus, the space in the belly and the body where we hold our personal strength, boldness, confidence. Inhale and imagine that the sun is shining down on your belly. And exhale and let go of any dry, stale energy. Yeah. The sun is shining on your belly, and the rays and the heat from the sun are warming up and igniting your confidence, your boldness, and your inner strength to believe in yourself. You can create and live the life that you desire. Bring the breath and attention to the belly and inhale. Confidence and boldness. And exhale and let go of self-doubt and criticism. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Stay with your breathing. Stay connected inward. You're bold. You're confident. You're strong. And you have the willpower. Believe in yourself to create the life that you desire. Stay with the breath. Stay inside. What does that feel like? Are there any sensations in the body? And what are those sensations? There you go. Follow your body. Allow the energy to flow freely throughout the body. Follow your body. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, as you exhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, just making slow motions and beginning to wake up the body. Becoming aware of the space in which we are holding. Maybe take the arms up and stretch them up a little bit and let that energy flow freely, right? And exhale and bring them back down to the side. Okay. And then maybe blink a few times before opening the eyes. Right? Cool. And take a moment. Cool. Yeah, let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about how that feels. And we can just go around and whoever. All right. Okay. You a little cold? Do we have a blanket? Uh-huh. Oh, he's trying to keep you a little warm? Yeah. Okay. She's cold. No worries. Okay. Because I know that she's cold. And sometimes it's hard to concentrate and to get inside when you're cold because you're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's your daughter?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Okay, cool.
So I can harass her.
Okay. Cool. Talk into that. Okay, so they can hear me better. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to pass it to you so we can go around and share.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that beautiful guiding session. And my experience was that, it was a little bit difficult for me to settle in at first. Always. I have that difficulty for a couple of minutes or so. And then as you guided us to move up to the solar plexus chakra, I started to feel energy like heat. I feel my body warming up, feeling hot. But then at the same time, I was quite relaxed then, very relaxed. So that was great.
Cool.
Yeah, first session for me about the chakra training. So,
Really? Okay.
Yeah, first ever.
Cool.
So yeah,
So
thank
you.
you.
Feel that energy. That's your breath.
Hmm?
That's your breath. So that
Yeah.
energy that you're feeling, right?
Yeah.
That's what happens when we begin to really tap in, like let go.
Yeah.
And we begin to feel that energy, right? And that's your breath. And as the breath begins to settle and calms down the nervous system, see, that's that small things that I'm talking about, feeling in the body. That's part of our inner voice, right? Sometimes it speaks and sometimes it moves like energy to say, I don't really know, I'm not hearing anything, but I feel, don't go that way. Go this way, right? And being in tune with that feeling. Cool.
Yeah. So I mean, at the start when my body was not fully relaxed, and I was paying attention to my body sensation, I can actually feel the little muscle kind of relaxing, like just like letting go. I can actually feel in various parts of the body letting go, and then I can recognize which part of my body is still tense and feeling hard. So that was great. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'll pass over to Judy.
Well, thank you for coming today and guiding this. So this is different from, or a little bit different, I would say, the way that you guide the session, and I love it. I got a little, the first few minutes, I kind of like feel the air go through the whole body, and I feel the tingling, releasing kind of thing like that. It's like, and I feel the cold and I feel the heat and kind of like mix up. But I can feel the energy run throughout the body. So I feel a bit stronger than before, kind of like how the energy running around my body. So, but it's beautiful. I mean, I thanks a lot for guiding today.
Cool.
I like that. Yeah.
So inside, what does that feel like to you all, right? Like inside,
yeah.
What does that feel like?
Release the pressure, and then kind of like calm. But then the first few minutes, like if you like, I breathe the air in, and if you tingling the whole body, like I get absorbing something in the whole body, every single cell in my whole body is just feel tingling and then zing, just like that. I don't know. It's just,
Okay.
it's just like that. Yeah.
So that should happen, right? That should happen because our chakras are energy centers, right? And they're sending, and when we activate them, when we show them special attention, breathing, and we're breathing. So the breath work that we're doing, I'm asking you to bring your attention to that area, right? And you're bringing your breath and your attention to that area. So you should probably feel some. Everybody may not be. I'm not going to say should, but right, because everybody's not the same. But that tingling and that energizing, right? That's part of this, right? Because if you imagine that your spine is the tree of life, right? Do we all know what the tree of life is that represents in yoga, that tree that we show in yoga? Right. All right. Well, tree of life, right? And it's a symbol that we use in yoga, right? And if you imagine that your spine is the trunk, right? And then you have these energy centers. And when you activate them, they're growing limbs, right? So what you're actually doing is activating your inner tree of life, right? And the objective is to have your tree lit and energized, right? And we do that one way through breath work, energizing ourselves and bringing that inner energy that we need so that it shines outwardly. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. So the one thing that I noticed when we first started, of course, like everybody else, it takes a second to get in there, right? But it was that like I felt like I was very relaxed. And then you said like relax your body, and my body relaxed even more. And I was like, oh, okay. Because you still have your inner talk, your inner dialogue, stream of consciousness going. And it's like, okay, you really weren't relaxed, right? Sometimes you just need that reminder or somebody else to say it. And it's like, okay, just relaxing in. And one thing that I did notice too is like usually when I do meditation and it's like breathe in the belly and breathe out your mouth. And I usually, out the mouth, but it was more, I don't want to say forceful, but a heavier breath coming out. And for me, that was more of a release when I was just pushing that breath of air out. And then towards the end, feeling, you know, I know that you said the sunlight, the beams beaming on um, our chakra, their solar plexus. And I felt like this beam of, I don't know, light, but beams just coming out of me. And that was different. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that I noticed it. And it felt good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't know what to say. Like it was.
I'm telling you, I do this all day in school, right? And I do enjoy people. This is what I enjoy about the young people. They're still innocent enough to tell the truth. So if there's a part that you don't like about it, I love to hear that too, because that's being honest. And sometimes as adults, we don't want to hurt the instructor's feelings.
It's
Good.
yeah. It's I'm like it's not that. It's more of like today I forgot to take like some of my medications,
Okay.
so my brain is having a little bit more difficulty with processing things,
Okay.
and me. Yeah. So I'd say one thing that was probably making it a little difficult for me to focus was that because of I think OCD, it causes me to have like these breathing tics, which I'll like go through parts where I'll just like stop breathing or I'll just be constantly breathing out. So I was having difficulty telling with like whether or not I was breathing out or just holding my breath. So for me, it was mostly just focusing on breathing and getting it to be kind of like consistent and stuff, which I used to not like count my breath, but I remember when you had talked about, I think it was when you led like walking meditation where you like do 2 steps breathing in and then you do like 2 steps breathing out. and that brought up the idea of, oh, I can count it, so then I can do like breathe in for 2 seconds and then release for 3 seconds, and then once I kind of like stabilize with doing that, I can make it longer. So yeah. I could feel myself relax more, and my thoughts were able to flow a little bit more. Yeah.
And it probably would be difficult or a challenge at first because again, you have the meds and you have the breath. They kind of got to learn how to coincide with each other. Like know that she's doing both of us, right? She's not just going to do the meds or the breath. She's going to incorporate both of us into her plan, right? For well-being, and it probably will kind of be like a little off balance, like anything new that we try. It's like, and if you want it, going back, and then one day you're like, oh, I can really do this. You forget that you couldn't do it or that it was a challenge, right? So I thank you for being sharing your medical background.
I always try to share because if I can help anybody, we're a sharing, trust your gut kind of family. But I did EMDR for 4 years, and that was more about the brain and healing the brain and stuff. So going to a different area, I didn't like it, and I almost feel constipated, I guess you could say, in the stomach area. And I want to be creative, but I'm always busy. Does that make sense? Like, I want to be creative and stuff like that, but it's like I'm shut off from it. And I think have worked on this, but I haven't worked on this. And so I'm kind of realizing that I need to work on this. And I want to hear your thoughts about doing this and then the EMDR tapping.
Okay.
So afterwards we can do that or something like that. But I do want to talk to you about that.
Okay, cool. Cool. Well, thanks everyone for sharing. Ironically, right? My thought was, and we may still have some time to get there, that we were going to tap to as part. Yes. It was the class before, the roads and everything. We were going to do some breath work with the chakras, right? And we probably still have some time to do that. And then we were going to do some tapping as well. Yeah. We just and we were going to do some tapping, in different places, right? Have you ever tapped? You say you feel congested or constipated. Is that what you said?
I use the word that because it just kind of
tight.
Not physically.
I know what you mean, but tight and not being able to. It's like it's stuck. Yes. Like something is stuck and not. Okay. And have you ever? Because you said you use tapping, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ever tapped that area? All right. Because remember, we have to awaken this area. Most of our chakras and most people are dormant. They're there. Everybody has them. They're there, but we have to activate them, right? And so you have to activate it. And what you've done today, you've actually done some work on activating the solar plexus where you say you feel stuck, right? And then since you do light tapping and you have done that, you can move up, right? You could tap your belly and wake up that area and stimulate the creativity that you want to do. You can tap your heart. I told you it was going to happen. Don't hold it in. Please don't. Because again, remember, we're releasing. And that may be what you need to get unstuck there. To be emotional outside of home. And to be okay with, I know it's hard. Because you've been waiting for her to do that, right? She's like, I told you, Mom.
I don't know what her laugh's about.
But I told you too. And remember I told you that some releases, you may just feel like laughing and you don't know why you're laughing, but you need to get that laugh out, right? We have been taught how to shut off our releases and our breakthroughs, right? Because we don't want to seem like we're emotional wreck, right? But remember, this is your safe space. If you're not safe here, you're not going to be safe anywhere. There is a video, right? There is a video. And if I may say respectfully, they're probably needing to see that too. Seriously. Like we're models, whether we think we are or not. And it's probably more people watching this video who's like, if she does it, I can do it too. Like I can do it too, right? And not a force, but don't, if you feel it, try your best not to judge it and make it all go back down, because that could be what you need to get unstuck in that area. Yes.
One thing that I was just going to say, one thing I was going to say is there have been other times where we've had class before and you have been emotional. And so the one thing that came to me is when you said you don't want to get emotional, is now's the time even more because you're holding back. Before you didn't think about it, but when she said you might get emotional, now you're like, oh, I don't want to get emotional. Yeah. Yeah.
Why? What about your emotions?
Coping mechanisms.
This is one. This is one.
Oh, keep going.
No, this is one coping mechanism.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm lost. I'm shutting down.
Exactly. That's what
You're shutting down.
So,
Yeah.
right. But this is one that you
Oh, instead of doing. Okay. Yes. I know you guys are giving me a panic attack right now. I swear.
I love it.
Oh, I don't.
I do. Because, and I say that because sometimes, even if you have a panic attack, you're going to be okay. I know what to do. We're just going to let you do what you need to do. And if that's screaming, yelling, or whatever, until you get it out, you'll come back down. You're not going to.
I have great self-control.
And you know what? That's what yourself is trying to say. Let go of some of your inner self-control. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm not an emotional person, or am I an emotional person?
It depends. If nobody's watching, you are, but when you're out with it.
All right, and we can do some work on that. Maybe not all day, because there's a bottom issue to that. There's a bottom issue to that. And in our other classes, me and Preacher been really kind of talking about what we get. That's a part of somewhere.
Oh, I know exactly where it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not. That's why I bet I'm.
Okay.
I know exactly what it is.
Okay. So that means whenever you're ready to deal with that, okay? Because if you really want to, you deal with your head. Okay? You're here learning mindfulness. There's evolution in this. And so if you want to go to the next step, right? You're probably gonna have to dig deep a little bit and get emotional.
This will be interesting.
It will. It will. Okay, cool, right? Visual. So listen. All right, we're gonna go to the upper half, right? Listen, I'm gonna go back to what she said though. Over 80% plus people never rise above their solar plexus chakra. This is so the average person is here and down. That's what it's still the same. You're not going through the whole chakra. See how you're cutting it off somewhere? Okay? So being okay with letting that energy, and it's like it's gonna crack up something. Okay? 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 You probably don't want to dig deep in that heart. That's where it's the solar plexus in there. You got to get to the heart next. And you're like, no, y'all not getting in my heart. The last time I let somebody in there, no, right? Yeah, like, no, Tiffany, you're not getting in my heart, right? Cool. So let's go to the second half, right? Let's go to the second half. So sometimes for this half, I'm just going to say, let's have some yoga mats in close proximity, right? Because sometimes, because the body is rising up, it asks for you to lie down, right? Daughter, you were feeling that? Yeah. See, going with my thought, right? So let's get you some yoga mat. I got you that one. Where mom can, whoever can use that one, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you all, and let's just do this for the other ones. Let's just start on our backs. So daughter, let's just start on our back. I'll put the blanket over you so you can stay warm, right? You guys use the restroom? Okay, cool. Yep, you got to release, right? Here, let me help you with this so you don't have to feel. I just put it, you like it wrapped around like that? Okay.
I like to move around a lot.
Right? Okay. Right? All right. So this one we are going to just start on. No, I'm probably going to be walking around. All right. But my energy says walk. Okay. So what you're going to do, and I know that I'm on video, so I'll probably walk around mostly up here. We're going to start on our backs for this one, right? So you all can just begin to lie on your back and begin to find that comfortable lying position on your backs, right? And I want you to get what I call, whenever you hear me say soft, I'm really meaning relax, right? But sometimes for the conscious mind, when we say relax, you automatically tense up, right? So I just choose to say soften a lot because that's like a neutral word to me in the body, right? So you want to begin bringing your body into a comfortable position, one that feels good to you. Once again, one that allows the energy in the air to move freely up and out of the body. Now, we're going to combine this breathing with breath work and tapping. I'm going to guide you through this, right? And I want you to be soft. Begin to soften. Notice the body once again, and if you're holding any tension or any tightness in any spaces. And if you are, speak gently and kindly to that part of the body and begin to ask the body to soften. Okay? Body is soft, free of any tension, and it's allowing the air to move freely up and out of the body. Inhale and fill your body with clean, new energy and air. And exhale and let go. Bring the body to softness. Connect with the body and feel if any spaces are being held tight. Right? I want you to keep a space between the neck and the chin to allow the air to move freely without being restricted. Right? We're going to bring our awareness and our breath to our hearts. Okay? I want you to bring your hands to your hearts as well. As we breathe, I want you to just begin to gently tap on your heart, right? Okay. With your breath, inhale and exhale. Just gently by the breath and the awareness is in the heart. And imagine a green light shining in on the heart. And the space in our heart holds forgiveness, love, and total acceptance, right? Offer your heart unconditional forgiveness. Breathe. Offer your heart unconditional love. Offer your heart total acceptance of all parts that make you uniquely who you are. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Gently place the right hand down on the heart and the left over on top of the right hand. Both hands are on the heart. Right? Offer your inner child unconditional forgiveness. Breathe, breathe. Offer your inner child unconditional love. Offer your inner child total acceptance of all parts that make you who you are. You are worthy. You are enough. And you matter. You are worthy. You are enough. And you matter. You are worthy. You are enough. And you matter. Repeat to yourself, I am worthy. I am enough. And I matter. I am worthy. I am enough. And I matter. I am worthy. I am enough. And I matter. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. That energy, like fire, tingling in the body, that's your breath. That's your conscious, controlled breathing as you tap into the subconscious and who you really are. Take your 2 forefingers on the right hand and bring them up to your throat in that small space in the dip is your throat chakra, and just begin to gently tap or massage right there in the throat chakra, our auditory communicator. That's where we use our voice and our authentic thoughts communicating. And just activate that and imagine a blue light as you bring your breath and your awareness to your throat. And see the color blue. Blue like the waves of the ocean. They're calm yet commanding. When you speak, you use language that communicates empowerment, inspiration, enlightenment, and uplifting. Bring your breath and see the blueness of the ocean. Feel the waves of the breath, throat chakra. As you inhale communicating and empowering and uplifting and inspiring methods. And exhale and let go of negative self-talk and doubt. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, right? There you go. Tapping. Tapping helps to calm the body as well. Not only stimulates and activates these areas, but it helps us. There's different ways tapping into the inner subconscious. There you go. There you go. Breathe. Bring your breath and your awareness to the brow area. In the middle of your brows is the third eye chakra. Inhale and bring your energy right there in the center of your brows. See that purple light? There you go. Tap there too. Good job, friends. Right there. You inhale and exhale. Maybe make some gentle circles, just connecting brow to brow. Follow that purple light. It's a slight, clear light behind it. Right there in the center of the forehead is the third eye chakra. That's your wisdom, your knowledge, your guidance, and your ability to be able to self-guide, to self-regulate, and to consciously discipline yourself into making healthy life choices. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. That calm and light, that clear and centered experience that you're having in the body, that's your breath, that's your conscious controlled breathing and the stillness of the body, your breathing, inhaling clean and new energy and breath and exhaling and letting things go that you no longer need or no longer suit the well-being. Bring all that clean, light energy up to the top of your head and your crown chakra. And maybe take the hand and begin to gently rub on the top of the head or tap into your universal connection with the heavens above and higher realms. Feel that energy. Awaken the body's energy centers. Right? Now, you're breathing, inhaling clean, new energy. You're going to send that energy or any excess energy out through our feet. Right? You're going to inhale and get deep, new breath and energy. Exhale and direct any excess energy down and out through the feet. Let go of any thoughts and breath that you no longer need. Anything that no longer suits your well-being. Right? Let any excess energy out of the body through the feet. Now, for the next few breaths, I want you to tap on the part of the body that speaks to you, right? So some of us, that may be our heart. Others, that may be our root or down in the lower extremities by our hips and our thighs, right? others, it may be the sacral area, the belly, or the heart, or even our throat, right? You got 7 energies. Take this moment and connect with your body and just gently tap on the space in your body that's being directed and led to activating that synergy in your body. Inhale. There you go. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, right? And it might be different. The body may move and say, go to different areas. Remember, this is your practice. Follow your body. The body knows what the body needs, right? Any excess energy, send it out through the feet. Let go. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhaling clean, new energy. And exhaling, letting things go. Breathe. 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 On your next exhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, making slow circular motions with the wrists and the ankles. And once again, slowly waking up the body and becoming aware of your space. If you're able, I want you to reach your arms far above your head and get a long stretch as if you were first waking up in the morning from a good night's rest. There you go. Then maybe bring those knees in towards your chest and wrap the arms around the lower parts of your legs and bring the knees in and give yourself a really, really big hug. Even tighter. Appreciate yourself. Show yourself some gratitude for committing to practice this morning, healing thyself. And then maybe roll over to one side of the body for just a moment, your favorite side, it doesn't matter. And just lie there for a moment like a baby. Nothing suspended. You're resting on the earth beneath you, which is our source, and the heavens above. And you're just floating in the middle like a baby without a care in the world. Feel how light and free the body feels when you're breathing. When you're inhaling clean, new breath and energy. And you're exhaling and letting things go. And then whenever you are ready, take that top free hand to push down onto the earth and to bring yourself up to a comfortable forward seated position. Take a moment to really connect and to see how you're feeling inside and maybe what part of the body is having some feelings and what are those feelings, right? Maybe one part of the body is more energized now than the others. How did you like the tapping, right? So just take a moment and connect with self. We're going to go around and share. Right? So take a moment. How do you feel? What's going on inside? And maybe where are you having any feelings, right? And who would like to start? Okay, cool. All right, and then we'll just go around. Cool.
I feel nauseous.
Okay. Okay.
Being honest, and I don't know. I mean, the area that of focus I was tapping on was the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. And so I feel like that energy is being stirred up in a way that, I mean, and something there, of course, needs to be shifted. And I don't take this being nauseous as a bad thing. It's fine. That's how I'm feeling.
Right. And to be honest, you may fun. Be okay with letting that go. And not looking at it like you said, it's just bad. Sometimes we have things that are inside of the body and they come out like that. And not being afraid of that. Cool, I got that out. Cool, anybody else want to share? How you feeling? Where are you feeling? How do you feel about the tapping?
Well, I don't think I did the tapping right. And I found that it was short for the tapping, maybe.
Okay.
I wasn't focusing on the tapping.
Okay.
But I felt my body becoming light. And at one point, I felt like I was asleep, but I was not asleep.
Cool.
I was asleep. I was light, and I felt like I was asleep, but I was still hearing your voice.
But you were far away.
Yes, but
yeah.
it's just totally just a lightness. That's it.
So,
Yeah.
were you aware of some of the spaces that you were tapping?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think I was perceiving the tapping, what it was doing for me. I knew I was aware that I was doing the tapping, but I wasn't aware of, I wasn't experiencing what the tapping was doing for me.
Okay.
So I think I'm not to that stage yet. I think with the tapping, you start with the action of tapping. So I was aware of the action of the tapping, but I'm not to the next stage. I'm not to the next stage. I wasn't. That I wasn't aware of what the tapping was doing to me. Maybe it was.
Went into the lightness.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
But
maybe that's what helped you to get to the lightness. Because
yes.
when we're tapping, like as an educator, I sometimes used to get aggravated. You know what I'm saying? Because where we come from, you sit down, you don't do all that stuff, right? And so kids would be, or they take pencils and do stuff. But then I learned through mindfulness that, that's how they're calming down their nerves. And as long as it's not disruptive. And so now what I have to kind of do, sometimes it's still annoying, but I have to step back and say, because of my training, you see what I'm saying, in my experience, no, that's what they need to encourage it instead of saying, stop that, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't work for everybody, right? But I think it really did, because you were tapping on some areas that I don't even think you were conscious of.
Maybe the tapping. I think the tapping and the holding my
heart,
my heart and my inner child. That was when I began to feel like
cool,
like asleep but not asleep.
Cool. That's the stage I like you to be in, when you still can hear me, but you have decided that I'm going to go in my own world. Like Tiffany's here, I hear her voice, but I'm somewhere far away. Like,
I'm very light. Like I was asleep and my body was so light that it was a nice sensation, and I was able to, hear your voice and follow your voice to the crown chakra and
the third eye.
The third eye chakra. But then, so after that, it was a total relaxation for me.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Anybody else? Anybody else want to share? Yes, Mom. I'm gonna. Yeah, we're gonna be friends.
Okay, so when I did this, I disassociated.
Okay.
I have an issue with disassociation. And when I disassociate, it's a different kind of numbing sensation than it's like a removal of the place, not it sounds the same, you know what I mean, as relaxing and kind of being somewhere else, but it's different. And when I did this, I was clenching my jaw, grinding my teeth. I've not been able to stop moving. I am glad we moved up to here because, again, here is not empty, of course, but it's calmer. It's not tight. It's like I have a lot of neck problems, and it's interesting because wherever the chakras are that aren't feeling good, I have those issues there.
Good. I'm glad you recognize that.
And
That's good.
so I know where, I know there's a lot of areas because when I did the MDR, I thought it was only the head, but I know the body is affected. The body keeps the score. Have you read that one? Okay, so I know logically that.
Issues and tissues.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm mumbling right now, like I'm just having a hard time being grounded. I'm not grounded right now. I'm agitated. Huh?
We hear you clearly.
I'm just
You're not mumbling. Or
Okay,
anything.
okay.
Everything you're saying is clear.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm just kind of agitated right now. Not calm, totally the reverse.
Is it because in this practice it made you facing your emotion or feeling?
Try to.
Is it because when you have to face your emotion and feelings, you have that uncomfortable feeling facing it? Is that true?
Yes, whenever I have that feeling, though, I separate from it. So, okay, with EMDR, you have certain egos and stuff. I don't want to go too much into it, but there's a lot to it. And so, meaning that you have different, not personalities.
But we do.
But
and it's
yeah.
okay to say that.
Okay,
We do
so you
have
know
different
what I'm talking
personalities.
about then.
And Christian knows, I'm telling people, like, you don't? Well, you're kind of boring. You're kind of boring. You're right.
So,
now, we don't need to be like
yeah,
us out of balance where we're
right,
bipolar with it.
right.
Timmy's just happy, but tomorrow you may see me and I'll be like, here, I'm in my stern mood today.
Yes.
This is the personality I'm taking on today. It's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't
My
mean we're
kids,
civil.
my kids say that I'm like a different person at times,
And it's
doesn't it?
okay.
I know
But you
Don Rose
what you
has.
have to be okay with, because they probably accepted it already. You have to accept it. That I have lots of different, and what I've learned is I have lots of different layers.
I can't.
I do, and I'm being okay, and it's see you don't know a lot about me, right? Again, and I'm anxious. I'm bipolar. I've been dealing with bipolar. That's how this program started, right? But yes, right? Yeah. It's okay to have different personalities. You are different. You have different layers. There's no way you should be the same person as you were 15 that you are at 50. There's absolutely no way. And you should be peeling off and learning your different layers now. You should. At about 40, you stop caring what everybody else is thinking. And you're like, I got to get to the bottom line of who I am. And that's when you realize, like, I have plenty of layers. And I'm learning to love all of my layers. And sometimes, to some people, they can be a little crazy. But that's me.
Me too.
Cool.
So yeah, I have the blocker right now, and I've accepted the blocker.
Okay.
The blocker's protecting me.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
this is like something I need to work through
Mm-hmm.
at home.
Okay. And maybe with someone, right? Well, you're going to stay blocked.
No, I can talk about it later. But
Okay.
I have some techniques that
Okay.
help me.
Right? But part of, because I was there before, and they had this same conversation with me, and I was like, no, I can do this, right? Part of it is being vulnerable and trusting others, right? Somewhere you lost your trust. You're going to get it back. Somewhere you did, right? Probably a long, long time ago when we was a kid. That usually happens, right? So it is 11:30. I know we end at 11:30, right? Guess what we've been doing, Dr. Tran, since my last time here? In all my classes, we have been practicing ending on right? Yes, and I got that. I took that from here, and I was like, okay, I think my classes are ready for that. They're ready for that, right? Just a few last words from me. I would say, if I would tell anybody, the hardest part of this is being uncomfortable enough with being comfortable enough with being uncomfortable a while until you get comfortable with your inner voices and knowing that even though some of them are horrible to our thoughts, they're not there to harm you. Your inner self is never there to harm you. We've been hurt. We've been taught things from people that influence us, that have hurt us, and now we look at the entire world like that, even the universe. But the universe, if you take a toll, I'm willing to bet, from us 6 here, if we take a toll on how many times the universe has let us down versus how many times it has our back, having our back is going to outweigh letting us down. Okay? You got to get in a space where you trust the universe is your source. It's there. It's your inner guide, and it is there to help you. Whatever background you come from, whatever cultural, whatever practice you know, the universe is on our side. Now, sister, before I got here, the universe was actually telling me that, Tiffany, I've always been on your side. So I have to do the work that I'm saying for you all to do the work. I pride myself on doing that because this is not about everybody else. Really, the work is about me. And the more I learn me, everybody else seems cooler and cooler in this world. Cool? All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this wonderful session. Like I said, your expertise bring a different look, different perspective to our practice. And I think the more tools we have in our tool bags, the better we are. I mean, and like I said, you touch on the personalities. It's about the tools. The more tools we have, the better equipped we are, and we don't have to use the same tool every time. You know, as long as we recognize, when do we use this tool? When do we use this tool? We take it out and use that tool, right? Yeah, so thank you so much for today, and we'll meet again soon.
All right, cool. Namaste. All right. All right, you ready for a nap now, huh?